What's up, YouTube? It's Trev back again. So this time I'm going to be doing my review of UFC 118. This was a night of fights that I would say that I didn't actually enjoy very much. Well, I expected BJ Penn to beat Frankie Edgar, and that didn't happen, obviously. BJ Penn looked slow. He just didn't look like his old self. He was way too slow for Frankie. He wasn't able to utilize his boxing very much, if at all. He wasn't able to really utilize his jiu-jitsu whatsoever. He just wasn't able to do anything. Frankie Edgar was too quick, too fast, and actually stronger than BJ too. So was able to out-wrestle him, put a couple slams on him, but at the same time, not really doing any serious damage to BJ. Just kind of, outscored him, beat him in the fight. He did beat him in the fight pretty good. But it wasn't spectacular. It was just kind of a decision victory. Frankie Edgar to me is not an exciting fighter to watch. Right now the lightweight division for me is just, it's totally uninteresting for me. I don't even know if I'll even watch some of the UFC events that are coming up because some of them are really, really, to me, just not interesting at all. Watching Gray Maynard against Frank Edgar, I'm not interested in seeing that whatsoever. I don't know why. I'm just not. I figure either way, it's probably going to go to a decision. The way Frankie Edgar fights, it's just. I'm sorry. It's just if some of you guys are Frankie Edgar fans, more power to you. I know my reviews are very, very opinionated, but that's the way I like to do them, and I do these for fun, so that's what I'm going to keep on doing. I just think personally that Frankie Edgar is a boring fighter to watch. With BJ Penn, not in the winning ways anymore in the lightweight division. I don't know. Lightweight division to me is just not very exciting. Even less than it was before. Anyway, not much to say about that fight. We all know what happened. We all watched it. It's the second fight now. BJ didn't look impressive in the first one, but now he really didn't look impressive. So I don't know if it was really anything that happened to BJ. If Frankie's just trained that hard and gotten ready and been in that good a shape, and BJ's just too slow for him. It's just too. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, it could just be that BJ's getting older now, and he's not at the top of his game anymore. His peak period, his prime is over. So not much more to say about that. Disappointing division now. Not very exciting to watch for me. Moving on then. The co-main event or on the main card, Randy Couture versus James Toney. Now this was kind of went down the way I predicted it was going to go down, somewhat. But I will say that my opinion on the fight, before I watched the fight, I did some background research on James Toney. I just really wanted to find out what's James Toney doing in MMA. What is he signing up for this for? What is he going after this for? He was training with King Mo and some of those guys, and he got in some pretty good shape. He lost some weight. They were saying that he's able to he's got some takedown defense and all this kind of stuff, and they were just talking it up and acting like he was seriously gonna bring some hard work to the table here and have something to show against Randy and to MMA fans so that he could utilize his boxing. Not the case. Even if he has been training for 9 months, to me it doesn't look like he's really been training MMA for 9 months. To me, it looks like he hasn't trained MMA at all. I mean, just the way he got ankle picked and, he just went down like a sack of potato. He just went down. Basically, once he was down, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't, Randy just completely dominated him, kept him down. There was no way. There wasn't even, it looked like he wasn't even really trying to get up. He was just more trying to survive, just try to minimize the damage, keep Randy off of him, trying to push him away. But, he didn't get his legs up. He couldn't do anything. So, more or less, it all pretty much happened the way I think most of us thought it would. All that talk that Tony was saying and, everybody who was saying that he's training, he's doing this, he's doing that. Not really. Truth of the matter was that he didn't actually land one punch. He didn't get off once. He didn't land, anything on Couture, really. Especially, they walked around for about 20 seconds, got taken down, and that was it. It was just a ground and pound clinic and then a head and arm choke. once he got into side control. Not much more to say about that. That was the fight I was looking forward to the most last night, just because I thought it would be kind of cool to see what would happen if a big box like that came in, and also too, Randy is getting older, and he's dropped down in weight now, but I just tend to think like, how long is he going to be able to keep this up? I mean, he's 47 now. He's had a long career. Before he was in mixed martial arts, he was in the army and all that kind of stuff. So he's been, he's had a long career. So he's getting ready to, within the next few years, you got to imagine he's going to want to retire. He's done movies and stuff like that now. So, I don't know what's next for Randy. I guess I would say that he's going to probably start fighting some of the better guys at light heavyweight. But the light heavyweight division is just so stacked. There's just so many guys. I don't think Randy's ever going to get to the peak of the light heavyweight division again. He'll probably be, for the next maybe 5 years maximum, he'll be in the mix, but I don't think he'll be able to get back to the top again. So those are the two main fights really that were promoted for this event. We also saw, a few other fights. Damian Maia fought Anderson Silva's training partner. I forget his name, starts with an M. Don't really care, to be honest, because both of them didn't look very good. It wasn't very interesting. Nate Diaz versus Marcus Davis was a pretty good fight. Nate, just basically a clone of his brother Nick. Basically the same thing. Same style. Everything he does is pretty much the same as his brother. So, he used that boxing that his long arms, his long reach boxing that they have, and peppered Marcus Davis with some good shots, and it was a pretty good fight. That was probably the best fight of the night. It did get Fight of the Night award, $60,000 bonuses to each of them. But overall, this was, to me, was a very disappointing card. Disappointing because there wasn't a single knockout. James Toney put up little to no defense against Randy Couture. Didn't even throw one punch. Couldn't even try. So that to me was just kind of, it just kind of made for a disappointing night. Frankie Edgar beating BJ in the fashion that he did. If he knocked him out or he did something like that, that would have been awesome. But he just, kind of same as before, just, threw 10,000 head fakes, moved around like crazy, and landed some shots and won the fight, but didn't really do any damage and didn't really, show any kind of real dominance to me as far as, being a champion. So, now is kind of like a downtime, I think, in the UFC. The next couple months is probably going to be pretty boring up until UFC 121 with Lesnar versus Velasquez. We've got UFC, the Crow Cop Mir fight should be pretty good. That should be a good one. But then after UFC 119, UFC 120 is Akiyama versus Bisping. I don't understand some of these pay-per-views that they put on. I don't understand how Akiyama losing to frickin' Lieben, who's a frickin' whatever. I'm not going to talk about Lieben. Anyway, Akiyama just lost, and now he's going to fight in the main event of a fight against another loser, Bisping. I really want to see this. I really want to see Akiyama, who's just lost, Bisping, who's had a shit career and for some reason remains in the UFC, even though really he just, he can't even beat, Vanderlei Silva, even after all his surgeries and all his problems that he's had, and these guys are going to be the main event of a card. I mean, come on. It's a waste of time. So anyway, I'm probably not going to be doing any videos for a little while. I might do a recap for Mir and Crow Cop. But that's probably going to be it. After that, I probably won't do any videos until UFC 121. Alright guys, I'll see you. If you want me to do any videos or you want me to do anything, let me know. And I'm out. Peace.